G'day ladies and germs, Connor here from CW's Tech Reviews, back with another video. And today we're doing my full review of the Oppo Reno4 Z. So without further ado, hit that like button and the subscribe button and let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. Now the Oppo Reno4 Z is the baby brother of the Oppo Reno4. Very similar. They're definitely brothers, but there are some key differences. And I have done a full sort of comparison video on the two. Links down below if you do want to check that out. And also, if at any time during this video you decide this is the phone for you, please use my links down below. Be much appreciated. Now, I'm just going to quickly run over some key specs. You're looking at the MediaTek 6873 for the chipset. 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Both of those specs there are the same as on the Oppo Reno4. Where there's some differences though is on the Oppo Reno4 Z, you actually have a 6.5-inch display that is an LCD panel and is also running at 120 Hz. The Oppo Reno4 is only coming in at 60 Hz. It is a 1080p display and comes in at 401 ppi. That's enough of the specs, let's get into it. Build and design. For me, it's a really nice looking device. This is the black color. It says it comes in two colors, black and white, and they've got some weird names for them, but have a look here. That is the black color, which to me looks pretty blue. I'd even say a bit of a galactic sort of blue, but it looks amazing. And the display looks really good as well, especially in good lighting conditions. Now it's not too bad in bright light. I've done a lot of running outside with this, a lot of cycling, and I can always see the display under any conditions. And that 120 Hz refresh rate is just like butter. I just love it. It's really smooth and really nice deep blacks in that LCD panel, which is interesting that it looks so good given that the AMOLED version is on the Oppo Reno4 and in my opinion doesn't look as good. So they put some magic sauce into this display and it looks amazing. It is definitely worth considering. Do you only spend $599 or $799 on the Oppo Reno4? You have Gorilla Glass 3 Plus on the front and aluminium sides. It has a headphone jack and USB Type-C. And now I'm going to go into software and performance. I really like how this phone operates. It came to me with Android 10 and ColorOS 7.2, but has since updated to ColorOS 11, Android 11. And I must say it is a beta version, but it runs really well. I haven't had any forced restarts, no lag, really smooth with that 120 Hz refresh rate in the performance. You can have up to 6 apps running in the background without them getting kicked out and draining on your battery. So some really good optimization there of the apps coupled with the hardware. I've been pairing this with the Oppo Watch and having the Oppo Watch and Samsung Health running in the background. So that's really heavy drain on resources and the performance has just been stellar the whole time. And like I said, Android 11, some good customization features here as well with ColorOS 11. It's just been really enjoyable. A good balance between stability and customization options, which is what we all want. You know, that's like many years ago, we're all rooting our phones and putting custom software on there so that we could have that customization. Now we get both and we don't have to do that to our phones. So for me, as a bit of a power user, whether I'm gaming or multitasking or exercising, the software has always performed above standard. You will love the software and you will love the performance on the Oppo Reno4 Z. Now, if we roll on over into the camera department, you're going to be surprised with what's on offer here for that $599 price tag. Now, if you're somewhere else in the world, it's going to be a different price. That's in Aussie dollars because I'm an Aussie dude doing an Aussie tech review. But for that, you get a quad camera on the back and a double camera on the front, and they really do pack a punch for their price tag. Now on the back here, you have a 48 megapixel rear shooter, a 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens coming in at 119 degree field of view. Then you've got a 2 megapixel macro lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor for those beautiful portrait shots, much like I always pull off when I'm taking selfies. Now some of the photos do come out on a little bit oversaturated, but that's what most people do want these days. They don't want to go in and manipulate them afterwards. So the camera gives a really good, ready to use photo, ready for all your Instagrams and your Facebook photos and all that sort of stuff. And in the video department, it comes with ultra steady mode. So if you guys doing your TikTok or YouTube or whatever the case might be, you're going to get some really steady footage through that video stabilization. Now it does film in 4K 30 frames per second, and you take a bit of a hit there on the stabilization, but it does perform really well at 1080p, and that's where the stabilization really shines. And even without ultra steady mode turned on, you still get some really stable footage, and you can see by these videos there's nothing to scoff about here. It's performing really well. So whether it's portraits, landscapes, shots of your food, video, the Oppo Reno4 Z has got you covered in all areas. And I think for the price range, we are at a good place here. This phone does all you need it to for that price, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Now, if you're an ultra mega photographer, you're going to bitch about it, you're going to complain about it, whatever, not interested. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your average bloke or Sheila that's picked up an Oppo Reno4 Z. You are going to be impressed with the camera. And the front-facing camera does 1080p at 30 frames per second, and it's a 16 megapixel front-facing camera with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. It also comes with all the usual perks of Bluetooth 5.1, NFC, 3.5mm headphone jack, 5G, and that 5G is great. Now, I'm not going to bang on about the performance of the 5G because it's going to vary depending on your carrier and your location, and some of you might not even have 5G in your area yet. But it has it. So if you've got 5G, you're going to be able to rock a 5G SIM card in the Oppo Reno4 Z. The battery comes with an 18-watt fast charger, which is pretty fast. Not quite as fast as the Oppo Reno4. That thing is coming in at 65 watts, but 18-watt fast charging here still charges your phone really fast. And look, I can get 2 days out of this. I can't get 2 days out of most other phones. So please consider that when you're thinking about what phone you want. Do you want 2 days of battery life? If you do, the Oppo Reno4 Z has got you covered. And that's with heavy use. So if I'm doing photography or gaming or just mega hammering the phone with daily use, I'm still getting at least 2 days out of it. Some of you people who might not be heavy phone users, I believe you could stretch 3 days out of it. In fact, Oppo are claiming 350 hours of standby time. Now, I haven't tested that because it's pretty hard for me to just put a phone down for 350 hours and just test out the standby time. But my daily usage and my battery consumption tells me that this is definitely performing well in terms of power consumption and battery life and performance. It's all tied in really well and gives you a great experience. Now we're rocking this at 8.1 millimeters, which I think is plenty thin. It is 163 millimeters tall and about 75 millimeters wide. So you've got a nice big display here, and it's got that hole punch cutout there for the front facing camera. There's some serious screen to body ratio happening here. I think, you're going to be really impressed with this. Whether you're just a casual scroller or a heavy phone user, gamer, watching multimedia, this display looks really good. I think you'll be really happy with it. That's it from me, ladies and germs. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Like I said before, if you're going to pick one up, please use my links down below. You'll be really helping me out, helping the channel out. If you don't pick one up using my links, that's fine as well. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and I will catch you in the next video. Check ya!